don't touch your girlfriend. What the f, man? Dude, oh, you're carrying on, but kill you with your own. No! Ah! Looking today at the fundamentals of one-handed or offhand shooting. That is a foundation of good pistol combatives. That's a foundation for defensive handgun shooting, and that's a foundational skill for even just combat sports where you're just doing this competitively. A lot of dynamics change when you take the gun from two-hand to one-hand, but what doesn't change is you still need a solid grip, you still need a good smooth trigger press, and you still need good sight alignment depending on target distance and desired accuracy level. So we're going to look at today are those fundamentals. We're going to look at some of the needs from a defensive scenario as to why you may need to fire one-handed. So we're going to cover the gamut here from how do you shoot one-handed all the way up to why. And if you haven't checked it out, we've got another video out there about reloading one-handed as if you had an injury, which is a good one too. So these two dovetail together. We're going to also be bringing in our friend Aaron Cooper today. He's our combative instructor, former Army Ranger. How do you hold the gun? How do you work the trigger? Well, you still need that good firm grip like we talked about, and you still need a good straight trigger press. We've got our SIRT gun, totally inert. When you drive out, you've got a lot of trainers that talk about canting the gun inboard. There's some reasons for that. I want you to try bringing the gun straight back out into your normal line of sight. The sights are going to still register the same on target as if you were two-hand shooting versus canting it inboard. When you're real close distances, this isn't going to change anything, but if you're at 10, 15, 20 yards, your point of impact is going to begin to change. Good, strong, solid grip. Get your body forward, lean out over the gun. Because you've taken one of your hands away, the gun is going to want to recoil where you've lost support, which is going to be towards the missing hand. So you need to really be locked in. You're going to get a different recoil impulse than normal. You're still going to have that straight, smooth trigger press that you do whether you've got two hands or one hand. So let's see what it looks like. So we got a lefty here, which is perfect because we can demo from both sides then. He'll start off strong hand, which for Aaron is his left. Gonna press out, just put a few shots in. You'll see how his body engages forward. He's putting his weight behind the gun because that gun's going to recoil, and the more of our mass we can get behind it, the more we can control. Go ahead, Aaron, throw a few shots into the target. Beautiful. So what didn't you see there? You didn't see the gun flailing about. You didn't see it fall out of his hand. He had a good, firm, solid grip. So now we want to look at how we transition. So for Aaron, to get from this hand to this hand, how do you do that safely? There's a couple ways to do it. But you want to be able to expose some of that grip and get the gun over to the other side. Does that make sense? So let's see, take the gun, pass it over. Very safe, right? He didn't have any fingers going where they don't belong. So now for Aaron as a lefty, he's shooting with his weak hand. So you'll see his body position change up a little bit. He's going to throw some weight behind the gun. And he's going to do the same thing a few rounds with this weak hand. See what it looks like. Awesome. Main thing we want to take away from this. You're still putting a lot of strength into the gun just like we taught you with the two-hand grip. Still having an awesome trigger press. You're going to notice accuracy may diminish a little bit at first, but there's no reason that you're not going to be able to still get super solid hits. So this, what Aaron just showed us, not only could that be indicative of a scenario where one arm was taken out of the fight, but in order to use the barrel as cover, had he used his other hand to come out with both arms, he would have had to basically expose his entire chest from diaphragm up. So with just using one arm, he was able to conceal much more of his vital organs. So you got to think about that stuff too when you're thinking cover and concealment. Always having that two-hand grip, you may not be able to get keep as much of you behind cover as possible, which is always key. All right, so why is this one-handed stuff important? Beyond sporting events like USPSA or IDPA, you could actually get shot or injured and not be able to use one of your arms. What also happens if you have to defend somebody, if you've got a loved one with you, I'm probably not going to be defending Aaron, I'd probably be the guy climbing behind him. But in reality, let's just imagine this was my beautiful bride, and we're in a movie theater or wherever, and I'm not going to put her out in front of me. You're beautiful. I'm going to get in front of her. Maybe this is my child. So from that perspective, I may have to engage while keeping that person off behind me. You could also have a situation where my arm is trapped. If I'm in a position where we're in a really tight quarters or a tight hallway, I, again, might not have the ability to use that arm. So you need to be able to think outside the box. We've also got one more very good reason that you're going to want to learn to shoot left-handed, and we got the perfect guy here, former Army combatives instructor, to show us why we may need one hand. I'll show you that next. Dude, man, I didn't touch your girlfriend. No, man, I didn't triple fender bender, man. What are you doing? No, don't touch my gun! Oh, what do you got? Whoa! Some of that was a little bit over the top, but I ain't playing around with this dude with a freaking screwdriver. So there you go. You know, that's like the long and the short of it. These scenarios could easily happen. You saw Aaron go for my gun. You saw him show up with an improvised weapon. Screwdriver, man, that's more than deep enough to get down to your heart, aorta, lungs, and other vital organs. So you gotta practice the one-arm stuff. Hey, we hope you learned something today. This one-hand shooting stuff is serious business. This one-hand shooting stuff is actually real life. It happens very often. Many police-involved shootings, you see the officer coming out and engaging with one hand just because it's a natural response to turn and run from a target. Think about that stuff. Train often, train safe. We want to thank Aaron for coming out.
Absolutely. Mike Tyson once said, everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the face, and that's just a metaphor for any kind of conflict you might find yourself in.
Heck
so
yeah.
train for when things go wrong, and then you won't be found wanting when something does.
Right on. Like, don't carry a screwdriver into a gunfight.
Exactly.
Wah, wah.
Or a barrel.
Or a barrel. Thanks for watching. Check us out at carrytrainer.com, YouTube Carry Trainer, Instagram Carry Trainer. Also, check out Aaron at
Strong.Ranger.
Strong.Ranger. Check him out. Stay safe, train hard, stay hard. All right, today we're looking at the fundamentals of one-hand shooting. We'll do that again. We're going to also be bringing in our friend Aaron Cooper today. He's our combative instructor, former Army Ranger, swinging dick. Aaron's going to show us what a good form is for pressing out. Don't show any of that.
So dude, you're about to get hammered.
No, man! A fender bender, man. What's your problem?
You.
Dude, what are you doing, man? Ah! Dude! Dude, man, what are you doing, man? No, don't touch my gun! Bah, bah, bah!
With my pinky.
Hey, if you've been watching our videos and you're wondering where the hell did they get those cool shirts, give us a call, send us an email, send me a direct message, tell you how to get one. 25 bucks a piece, we'll send one right to your door. I'll even include a couple of these cool Carry Trainer stickers that you can put on your range box or truck, wherever you want.